Hey Lynn fam, just a quick one this week on account of blank GAMEWEEK12's fixtures deadline being Tuesday evening. So with that, if you're loving the content, then please do smash a like on it. Let's try and hit 60 likes in this video, that would be amazing. Do pop me a comment below, who did you get for James and did it work out for you guys, because I'm in the market for a replacement. Lastly, if you're new to the channel, then please do subscribe. I'm just 63 subs away now from 6k and it would be amazing to reach that milestone before the World Cup. Okay. Let's take a look at how I got on in Game Week 11 before we look ahead to blank Game Week 12. Let's get into this. To be honest, it's not been my best week, Pickford being the main problem, with him getting just 2 points when other highly owned goalkeepers like Raya, Gaeta and Pope got a clean sheet. I have missed out big style, and more annoyingly, he's just been one save off an extra save point for 3 game weeks in a row now, so I could have had 3 extra points from him in the last 3 game weeks. Really frustrating. In defence, Trippier, just being the tremendous player he is, got a clean sheet for 7 points. Webster was a disappointment with just 1 point. I've chosen wrongly between him and Guy for 2 game weeks in a row now. The only saving grace is that I have to play both players next game week no matter what, so we all know what's happening there. Cancelo missed out on a clean sheet thanks to a bit of brilliance from Salah. There's not more you can say about that. In midfield, Zaha was terrible. That Leicester Palace game was just truly awful. 90 plus minutes of my life I'm never getting back again. And Wilf was off the pace considerably. Hooked early with 3 points, and so he should have been. Sounds like Martinelli might have been lucky to have kept his clean sheet with some late drama in that match, but no return, unfortunately, for just 3 points. And oh man, what would have been if that Foden goal would have stood? Just the 2 points from him, but a captaincy assist and a Foden goal would have gone a long way this week for me. Maddison did the unthinkable and kicked all of us FPL managers in the nuts by getting his 5th yellow for a ban in Game Week 12. Thanks, Maddison. Up front, I guess Haaland blank had to come at some point, but it still hurt when it does. And yeah, you know, the guy was great again, but there we are. If that Foden goal had stood, we'd be a little bit of a different story now. I started Mitro in the hope that he would be injury-free and ready to go, and thankfully he at least played. He got a sneaky penalty for 7 points. And that meant I finally got a return from him, as well as I finally got a haul from Tony. Amazing, a call for it in last game week's video and he did me proud. I'll happily take those 2 goals all day long for 12 points towards my team total. All of that means I got 44 points, not a great week at all. As I say, the points are so squidgy at the moment that just losing out on 6 points is the difference between a red and a green arrow. It places me at an OR of 35,920. Yeah. You know, it's just because the OR is just so close that unfortunately just missing out on a few points is a big flop, unfortunately. I could have done better, of course, if I played Guy over Webster and if I played Andreas over any of my midfielders, but I was unlikely to ever do that. 1 clean sheet from Guy, all that Foden goal standing would have been the difference between me getting a red and green arrow. It's that close. With that, let's have a look at how I'm currently lining up for my Game Week 12 team selection. With Maddison getting that ban and James out injured for a few weeks, with my City and Arsenal players out, I have 6 blank players. Very grateful that I have 2 free transfers this week, that's for sure. Now, I think the main players I need to cover for Game Week 12 for captaincy are Salah and Trossard, or Trossard to many. With 5.6 million in the bank, I can do Maddison to either of these quite easily. Maddison, the likely candidate out, just because I prefer Arsenal and City's fixtures post Game Week 12 a little better than Leicester's. But I'm not ruling out getting both Salah and Trossard for both Maddison and Foden, with the view of getting either KDB or Foden back post Game Week 12 with my free transfer. This of course means that I have to either take a -4 to move on James, which if I did both Maddison and Foden out would give me 11 players for Game Week 12, presuming they all start. Otherwise, I would have to make only one of these moves and shift Maddison and James out and play 10 men with no hit. My main replacements for James, if you're in a similar position, are Doherty. I do expect him to start against Man United, but then I will be a little unsure where the rotation then steps in for him. So it would very much mean me taking a look at my defenders and making sure I can cover for him if rotation starts to kick in the next 2 game weeks after game week 12. So just bear that in mind yourself. For Stania, you know what? I'm still not completely convinced with Leicester's defence. However, they have looked better recently and he looks so attacking in almost every match. He looks like he can get a little something, so that's why I'm thinking of him. Or maybe a Wolves defender, just because, you know, every now and again they can pull off an epic clean sheet. Though with so much money in my bank, I could even take a punt on a Liverpool defender like Robertson. This is potentially risky for game week 12 and potentially for game week 13 because I don't know who will be rested and rotated there. So as long as there's no rests for somebody like Robertson, it might be worth taking the risk. I can only get to Trent if I do the -4 or I sell both my midfielders and do Foden to Trossard because that gives me the extra little bit of money I'd need to upgrade James to Trent. But it doesn't allow a route back to Foden easily in game week 13. So I'd have to hold on to Salah and Trossard game week 12 and game week 13 and then consider moving them on to a City midfielder. So just to summarise, I'm very happy to go into game week 12 with 10 men, though taking a -4 in a blank game week is effectively only taking a -2 if hopefully your player that you bring in starts. 2 of Salah or Trossard or James replacements will come in, and then I will decide if to take my -4 to cover the 3rd option. Captaincy will depend on who I buy. If I get Salah, I will place the captaincy armband on him. If I got just Trossard in midfield and avoided Salah and went with a James replacement, I might struggle to go with Trossard as my captain. I may just have to go with the crowd on that one. Otherwise, maybe Mitrovic against Villa could be a bit of a captaincy shout. But I think after that goal against City, it'll be very hard not to get Salah in and captain him, and I'm pretty much leaning in that direction right now. And that's it, a little earlier than normal. Thank you for watching. If you want to continue helping me and the channel for more helpful tips and tricks and entertainment this season, then please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really means a lot to me. But for now, please check out the sponsors of this video, fantasyfootballfix.com. Until next time, Nympria out.